Wild bears are powerful and unpredictable animals. When they feel threatened or hungry, they can launch sudden and terrifying attacks. In this topic, we'll look at some of the scariest bear attacks and the frightening encounters that have left people in danger. Wild bear attack in India. In Bhawanipatna, India, residents faced a terrifying scene when a wild bear unexpectedly wandered into their neighborhood. This wasn't just a quick sighting. The bear stayed for hours, causing fear and chaos. It attacked two people who came too close, leaving them injured and in shock. With everyone on edge, the forest department quickly responded, launching a risky 5-hour rescue mission to capture the bear safely. The team had to work carefully, inching closer while keeping the bear from hurting anyone else. The community watched, hearts pounding, as the experts tried everything they could to lure the animal. Finally, after hours of careful maneuvers, they managed to secure the bear and bring it to safety. Though the bear was eventually captured, the event left residents deeply shaken, realizing just how wild nature can still invade their lives. As shocking as this attack was, it's only the beginning of the most horrifying bear encounters yet. Stay tuned for more spine-chilling stories. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss a terrifying moment. Horrible bear attack. Mr. Kiyoshi Sato, a seasoned mushroom collector with 25 years of experience, was out in the mountains collecting wild mushrooms when an unexpected and terrifying encounter occurred. As he filmed the process with a camera attached to his hat, everything seemed calm, but suddenly he grabbed a wooden stick in panic. A bear had appeared, charging toward him with terrifying speed. The bear, a mother protecting her cub, lunged at Mr. Sato, who screamed in fear. The bear attacked, repeatedly striking and scratching him. For 20 seconds, they fought. Mr. Sato, fearing for his life, defended himself with the stick, trying to fend off the bear's powerful strikes. After what felt like an eternity, the bear finally retreated, climbing back up the mountain. Mr. Sato was left with deep scratches and wounds, though thankfully he managed to survive. It was later revealed that the bear had placed her cub in a tree before attacking, signaling a dangerous sign of a mother bear's protecting her young. In the aftermath, Mr. Sato deeply regretted not taking more precautions. He knew now that such encounters could easily turn deadly and vowed to be much more cautious in the future when venturing into the mountains. What you just heard is mild compared to the chilling attack that follows, where survival is a battle. Family freezes as uninvited black bear feasts on birthday meal. It was supposed to be a fun and joyful birthday picnic, but it quickly turned into a terrifying encounter with a hungry black bear. The family, gathered in Chapinca Park on the outskirts of Monterrey, Mexico, had no idea that their surprise party would take such an unexpected turn. As Sylvia Macias and her son Santiago were celebrating his 15th birthday with tacos, enchiladas, French fries, and salsa, a black bear suddenly appeared. The bear didn't waste any time, jumping up onto the picnic table and beginning to devour their delicious spread of food. Inches from their faces, the bear dug into the meal with no care for the family's presence. Acting quickly in the face of danger, Sylvia shielded her son's eyes and cradled his head to keep him calm. The family stood still, frozen with fear, hoping the bear would finish eating and leave without harming them. The bear didn't seem to notice their fear, only focused on the food. Sylvia's protective instincts kept her son calm as they waited for the bear to finish its feast. It was a terrifying situation, with the bear's powerful presence making it clear how easily things could have turned dangerous. Despite the shock, the family managed to stay safe, though the bear devoured their lunch. Thankfully, after a few tense moments, the bear wandered off, leaving the family in shock but unharmed. An unforgettable and frightening encounter with nature forever marked the birthday celebration. Hold on tight, because the next encounter is much more dangerous and could leave anyone in sheer panic. A giant black bear attacks a climber. A climber on Japan's Mount Futago faced a terrifying encounter with a bear that nearly ended in tragedy. As he carefully descended the rocky mountain ridge, a sudden movement from above caught him off guard, a bear lunging straight at him. In that heart-stopping moment, his initial scream filled the air, but he quickly shifted from fear to survival mode. Realizing there was no escape, he braced himself to fight, instinctively striking out with punches and kicks as the bear came at him repeatedly, claws flashing. The intense struggle continued as he used every ounce of strength to push back against the relentless animal. Each time the bear advanced, he blocked and struck, forcing it to pause briefly before coming at him again. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the bear began to retreat, its aggression subsiding as it turned away, leaving the climber battered but alive. Shaken but determined, he cautiously moved away from the ridge, adrenaline still coursing through him. The climber's courage and quick thinking in that life-threatening moment saved his life, leaving him with footage that captured every terrifying second of his encounter with nature's raw power. As frightening as this was, the next bear encounter is even more dangerous and could have been a deadly situation. Bear attacked and killed a man. The nightmare began with a desperate 911 call, crackling with fear and urgency. A bear had attacked Randy, something he had always dreaded but hoped would never come to pass. Amid the chaos, the responder tried to guide someone through CPR, directing them to make a tight seal and count as they attempted to breathe life back into Randy. With pepper spray burning their own eyes from the previous struggle, they fought to keep calm and focused, counting breaths.
Is he bleeding?
Yes, he is. He's bleeding.
Okay.
But even as they counted aloud, hope slipped away with each passing second. There was no movement, no sign that Randy was coming back. The helplessness in their voice grew, and the grim reality began to sink in. The responder on the line encouraged them to keep trying.
Doing okay?
No.
Okay.
He's really still.
Okay.
He's not breathing anymore.
He's not breathing anymore?
No.
I want you to take a deep breath and cover his mouth with your mouth, making a tight seal.
Yet the crushing silence spoke louder than words. The bear had vanished, but the horror it left behind lingered heavily. The feeling of loss hung in the air, haunting and unforgettable, as they realized Randy had slipped away, leaving only a memory of his final, tragic struggle. This story might leave you stunned, but the next one will make you rethink what it's like to face a bear. Bear attacks a girl in a glass cage. A 14-second video from a Japanese television show has surfaced online, leaving viewers in shock and horror. The footage shows a terrifying moment when a large grizzly bear attacks a woman trapped inside a glass cube. The woman, visibly terrified, is trapped inside the transparent cube as the bear pushes it violently. The cube rocks back and forth as the grizzly circles it, trying to find a way inside. The woman inside screams in panic, her legs curled up in fear, as she desperately tries to protect herself. She captures the terrifying scene with a handheld camera, giving viewers a first-person view of the danger she faces. The bear is relentless, pawing at the sides of the cube, its powerful claws scraping against the glass. The woman's fear is palpable as the bear continues its assault, overturning the cube and causing her to be tossed around inside. As the attack continues, the woman appears to be trapped with no escape while the bear circles her, searching for a weak spot. The scene is a chilling reminder of how quickly an animal, like a grizzly bear, can become a terrifying threat, even when the victim seems to be protected by a sturdy barrier. The woman's screams and panic are enough to send chills down anyone's spine, making the footage deeply unsettling. The story you're about to hear gets even more intense as the bear's fury escalates to a terrifying level. Wild bear attacked a man. A Florida man was caught in a terrifying struggle when a black bear attacked his dogs at his Daytona Beach home. The footage, captured on camera, shows the man bravely fighting off the aggressive bear. The bear, drawn by its powerful sense of smell, had wandered into the man's yard looking for food. Bears are known to be able to smell food from miles away, and this one was on the hunt. When the bear approached, it went straight for the dogs, which triggered the man to rush outside to protect them. In a frantic attempt to stop the bear, the man was bitten but kept fighting back, trying to push the bear away from his pets. The struggle was intense, with the man shouting and using whatever he could to defend the dogs. Fortunately, after a tense few moments, the bear retreated into the woods, leaving the man and his dogs shaken but alive. Bears like black bears are known for being unpredictable when it comes to food. They can quickly become aggressive if they feel threatened or are hungry, and their acute sense of smell often leads them to human homes in search of food. The man's quick thinking and bravery saved his dogs that day, but the close call left him with a new understanding of just how dangerous these animals can be. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, the next attack shows just how relentless and terrifying a bear can be. Bear attacks trainer. Randy Miller, the trainer from the Predators in Action, has always shown off the incredible bond he shares with his bears. But one shocking moment revealed just how dangerous these animals can be. During one of his demonstrations, a bear, seemingly in a playful mood, suddenly turned aggressive. The bear attacked Randy without warning, knocking him to the ground. It was a terrifying moment that showed the unpredictable nature of wild animals, even those raised in captivity. Bears have extremely sensitive senses, especially smell, which can be up to 100 times stronger than a human's. Their powerful instincts can be triggered by unfamiliar sounds, movements, or even changes in their environment. Though the bear's aggression wasn't planned, these triggers, combined with its natural strength, made the situation dangerous. Randy was lucky to survive, but it served as a stark reminder of the risk trainers face when working with such powerful creatures. What you just heard is mild compared to the chilling attack that follows, where survival is a battle. Polar bear attacks ring seal. In the icy wilderness, a deadly game unfolds between a polar bear and a ring seal. The polar bear is the hunter, patiently waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The seal, unaware, must come up for air to survive. But that's exactly when the bear attacks. It's a battle of timing and survival, with the polar bear striking at the perfect moment, securing its meal with terrifying precision. The scene is far from the gentle image many have of polar bears as soft, cuddly creatures. In this raw moment, the bear's true nature is revealed. It's a predator, relying on a strict, low-carb diet that consists mostly of fat. The bear scours the snow for any bits of fat left behind, focused solely on survival in the harsh Arctic environment. As the bear eats, an Arctic fox appears, hoping for scraps. But the polar bear isn't in the mood for sharing. With a glance that's anything but friendly, the bear warns the fox, "Catch your food." The reality of life in the Arctic is brutal, and there's no room for weakness or hesitation. In this unforgiving world, survival is everything, and every predator, big or small, has to fight to stay alive. This is the raw, terrifying truth of nature in its purest form. Bear attacks the cub. In the Arctic, life is brutal, and survival often comes at a deadly cost. This chilling scene shows a male polar bear chasing a female and her cub across the ice. Normally, male polar bears don't chase females, but when there's a cub involved, things change. The female, desperate to protect her cub, runs as fast as she can, but the male is relentless, gaining on them with every step. The cub, unable to keep up, falls behind. And despite the mother's attempts to defend, the male polar bear rushes past her. The cub dives into a small pool of water, but it's too late. The male catches it, and in a heartbreaking moment, the mother can only watch as her cub is taken. It's a devastating loss, but the female knows she must survive, so she quickly abandons any hope of saving her cub and flees for her life. While this is an incredibly painful sight to witness, it's a normal part of life for polar bears. In the late summer, when food is scarce, polar bears may turn to cubs for their next meal. The rare footage highlights the harsh reality of the Arctic, where survival is a constant struggle. Unfortunately, this kind of predation may become more frequent as climate change melts the ice, reducing the food supply and pushing polar bears to even greater extremes to survive. Brown bear attack. In the heart of Alaska's wilds, a dangerous experiment unfolds. Brody, a massive 1,500-pound brown bear, is about to show just how powerful he truly is. Locked in a cage with nothing but metal bars between him and his prey, the test begins. The cage is meant to protect, but with Brody's massive claws and strength, it's clear that the bars might not hold for long. Tempted by a piece of fried chicken, Brody's curiosity peaks. His sharp 4-inch claws rip through the bars effortlessly, a chilling display of his power. As Brody digs and claws at the cage, it's easy to see just how dangerous an enraged bear can be. Scientists believe that the strength of a grizzly bear like Brody is equal to 5 humans working together, and the cage creaks under his strength. With his claws, intelligence, and incredible sense of smell, Brody is a force of nature capable of inflicting massive damage in an attack. The lesson is clear. Brown bears are not just large animals. They are calculated, relentless predators. With a simple swipe, they can crush anything in their path. Respecting their space in the wild is more crucial than ever. Hungry polar bear attacks seal. In the freezing Arctic, a hungry polar bear embarks on a dangerous hunt. At this time of year, polar bears succeed in only 1 out of 20 hunts, and this bear, skinny from lack of food, is finding it even harder. She knows she must act quickly, making sure her scent doesn't give her away. With careful patience, she sneaks downwind, preparing to ambush a seal. The seal, unaware, comes to the surface for air. In a swift move, the bear strikes, catching it underwater. Though small, the seal's blubber is packed with energy, 100,000 calories to be exact. This catch could sustain the bear for an entire week, giving her time to recover and try again. But time is running out. The summer heat continues to rise, and with each hunt, the bear burns more energy, pushing her closer to exhaustion. The struggle for survival in the Arctic is brutal, and the bears must fight harder each day to secure enough food. As the temperatures rise, the challenge becomes even greater. For the polar bear, every hunt is a test of strength and endurance, with no guarantee of success. While this might sound extreme, the next attack will make this one look like a simple warning. Mother bear encounter. Huge black bear. In the wild, a mother bear feels the weight of constant danger, even when she's resting. Relaxed and comfortable, she naps peacefully with her cubs safely tucked away in a tree. But this moment of calm quickly turns to fear when a massive male black bear suddenly appears. He doesn't know she's near, and his unexpected arrival startles her. Instantly, the mother bear's relaxed demeanor shifts to aggression, ready to defend herself and her cubs. She knows the risks all too well. The male bear is much larger and stronger, and one swipe from his powerful paw could easily harm or even kill her. But she's quick, and luckily the male doesn't fight back. Still, it's a dangerously close call, reminding her that danger can strike when she least expects it. The next morning, a grim reminder of the harsh reality sets in. A small male black bear is found dead, likely the result of a brutal fight with another bear over food. The mother bear sees the corpse and feels the weight of the situation. While she desperately needs the salmon to feed herself and her cubs, the danger is too great. The risks of staying out in the open creek with her cubs are too high, and she knows she must move on to survive. Grizzly bear takes shotgun blast. A peaceful Canadian backyard turned into a scene of tension and survival when a family spotted a group of bears roaming close to their property. With his children nearby, the father felt he had to act. To scare off the bears, he fired a warning shot into the air. But the plan took a frightening turn. The sound only agitated the mother bear, sending her into a charge. In a terrifying moment, she bolted forward, her powerful form barreling towards him. With no other choice, the man steadied himself and fired his last shot, striking just enough to knock her off balance. The force momentarily stunned the bear, and in those few precious seconds, the man was able to make a dash back to his family and lead them to safety. Later, determined to check on the bear family, he carefully tracked them from a distance. To his relief, he saw the mother bear moving, though a bit slower than before. He believes she's sore, but will recover. While it was a close and nerve-wracking encounter, the family felt grateful no one was seriously hurt, and the mother bear lived to roam another day. The kid faces off against a massive bear. In British Columbia, 7-year-old Huxley Hardy Penner faced a tense encounter while riding his scooter. A massive black bear began approaching him. Rather than panicking, Huxley held his ground, staring at the bear until it stopped. Suddenly, a brave neighbor stepped in, raising his arms high and moving around a parked car to keep the bear away from Huxley. The animal, intimidated, eventually retreated into the woods. Wildlife experts praised Huxley's calmness and the neighbor's swift actions, reminding everyone that staying composed and appearing bigger can deter bears. Proud and relieved, Huxley resumed his scootering adventure. A man encounters black bear in North Carolina. In North Carolina, a man relaxing in his garden experienced a tense brush with nature when a black bear silently crept up behind him. Unaware at first, he only noticed the animal when they locked eyes for a brief, frozen moment. The startled bear quickly retreated, leaving the man unharmed but shaken. This wasn't the first time he'd spotted the bear. It had been seen rummaging through bins in search of food before. Though the bear wandered off, the encounter was a close reminder of the untamed wildlife sharing the neighborhood. The bear attacked chicken coop. In the stillness of the night, Hallie was startled awake by several alerts from her Ring floodlight cam. Curious and a bit anxious, she checked the Ring app and saw a bear attempting to break into her chicken coop. Wasting no time, she rushed to a nearby window and shouted, scaring the bear off without stepping outside. Thanks to her Ring cam, Hallie could monitor her chicken safety without risking a dangerous encounter. Now, we can keep an eye on the coop and know what's disturbing our chickens without heading outside, she shared, grateful for the extra layer of security. The experience you've just heard is nothing compared to the terrifying close call of the next bear attack. Black bear hunts baby eagle. A black bear driven by hunger climbed a tree to snatch a baby eagle from its nest. With powerful claws, the bear effortlessly scaled the trunk, its eyes locked on the helpless prey. Once at the top, it grabbed the baby eagle, whose cries echoed in the air, signaling its fate. Black bears are opportunistic hunters known for their ability to climb trees and scavenge. Though they mostly eat plants, they will hunt small animals, especially when food is scarce. The scene was a stark reminder of the brutal reality of survival in the wild. Brown bear attacked truck. A truck was cruising down an unpaved road in Japan when something wild and terrifying happened. Out of nowhere, a huge brown bear darted into the truck's path. Without hesitation, the bear swiped at the vehicle, scratching at the windshield with brutal force. The driver, startled and scared, immediately sped off, trying to escape the furious attack. The damage to the truck was clear, with scratches on the windshield wiper left by the bear's powerful claws. Thankfully, no one was injured, but the driver was left shaken by the sudden encounter. The whole scene felt like something straight out of a movie, as the truck barely managed to get away from the wild beast. This frightening attack served as a reminder of how unpredictable and dangerous nature can be when wild animals like brown bears are provoked. As frightening as this was, the next bear encounter is even more dangerous and could have been a deadly situation. Bear attacked a man while cycling. A terrifying moment was caught on video when a cyclist riding through the woods with a GoPro camera had a close encounter with a massive grizzly bear. As the bear appeared out of nowhere, it charged toward the cyclist, making the rider's heart race with fear. The cyclist, gripped by terror, pedaled faster than ever before, desperately trying to outrun the massive predator. The bear, with its keen sense of smell, had been tracking the cyclist's scent and quickly closed the distance. Grizzly bears are incredibly strong, and their sense of smell is about 7 times better than a bloodhound's. They can detect scents from miles away and often approach silently, making them even more dangerous. In this case, the bear was stalking the cyclist, but as the rider sped up, the bear began to chase, intent on making a catch. Just as the bear closed in, gunshots rang out in the distance. A group of nearby hunters heard the commotion and rushed to help. Their shots scared the bear away, giving the cyclist enough time to escape. Though shaken, the rider was grateful for the hunters' timely intervention, knowing that without their help, the bear might have been much closer to catching him. Bear attacks are a chilling reminder of how unpredictable nature can be, even with animals we often admire from a distance. These terrifying encounters show just how easily a peaceful moment can turn into a life-threatening situation. Whether it's a bear defending its territory, protecting its cubs, or being triggered by the wrong movement, the raw power of these creatures is something that must never be underestimated. From hikers to trainers, no one is truly safe when in the presence of a bear, and each encounter serves as a brutal lesson in respect for the wild. Always stay aware, and remember, in the wilderness, you're never in control.